Everybody. I need to go get my pad. CLA-LADR, CG open, ladr.pdf. Alright, so we're going to figure out where we were last time. And we're going to just continue with these exercises because we're going to go, I think we're going to go on pen and paper today. Alright. Where were we? We did... I think I was working on a counterexample for number 7. What I can do is I can go into the file and vim det. Oh, that's annoying. It's the wrong det. LS exercise journal progress. Vim exercise journal / progress. We skipped 4, but we didn't mark out where we were in the process. Oh, I remember. No, I got past all these. I was doing this worked, and this worked, and then I went into cock, and it was very difficult. It's very difficult indeed. We never actually proved, so we need to start thinking about counterexamples for number 9. Ten's going to be interesting as well. 10's going to be quite interesting. There's 17 here. Now, 9 took us a really long time, and we were trying to prove it. We were trying to prove 9. I think we're going to try to disprove 9 this time. So, in hypothesis, we have the independence of vk for k in 1 ... and we have the independence of wk for k in 1 . What we want to do is we want to find a counterexample. So what we're saying is instead of saying we're pulling a negation on for every vk wk, and vk implies and wk implies and WK plus VK. Where WK is my shorthand for the list of W's, right? Where they're equally length lists, and I think I expressed this in Coq, and I can go back up to what it looks like in Coq. So we need to find a counterexample here. So what that means is we're going to flip it. We're going to do there exists VK and WK such that in VK and here, I want to get rid of that. In WK and not in VK plus WK. Where VK plus WK is the shorthand for the list, V1 plus W1, comma V2 plus W2, etc., all the way up to Vn plus Wn. Obviously. So the goal is to provide this instance. So since I can pick any n I want, I'm going to pick 2. I'm going to make a linearly independent list of size 2. So let's go 1, 0, 0, 1. Let VK equal 1, 0, 0, 1. And let's see, WK can I just do 1, 2, 3, 4? First thing I think of, right? Now this is linearly independent. It looks like it's not, but it is. Because if the vector 2, 2 was in the set WK, then it wouldn't be. But it's not. Excuse me. Totally excuse me. I was going to pull up my stream manager on this screen so I can twitch.tv. Sorry, I have my other monitor here. Oh no, they're playing audio. Stop it.
It's gonna fucking head tap me, I can feel it, chat.
Stop playing audio. I hate it. Autoplay, right? Creator dashboard. Stream manager. Well, I have 0 viewers. That's nice. That's okay. I don't mind. I'm just talking to myself here. Doing some linear algebra, having a good time. But now the problem is going to be, basically, this is clearly linearly independent. In fact, let's do 1, 0, 1, 1, because I think that's also linearly independent. I'm going to have to double check this. But this is going to be 2, 2, 4, 5. And 2, 2, 4, 5 is linearly independent. And if that was a 1, if this was a 0 instead of a 1, this one right here, if it was a 0 instead of a 1, it would be 2235. But what if we did 20? Two zero zero one. That way we would get VK plus WK equals 3235. Now, if we did 20, if we did 2001 and we did 1231, that's the money right there, because that's 3232 not independent. So what that means, we have our counterexample. We totally have our counterexample, buddy. Now I can't do that in cock because I don't have the RN instance. I don't. What can you do? All right, let me do some stuff over here. LADR source starting over.v. What can I do? Give it some moments. It's going to take a while. Oh no, that ended up being a crap show. I remember this. This fold commute business ended up being a crap show because of scope. Because I don't have a good sense of scope. I'm not doing modules and sections. I should be doing modules, and I'm doing sections. I'm farting a lot tonight, y'all. Okay, I'm waiting for this to compute is what I'm doing. And it's going to take all night. It's taking me all night. And it's not even scrolling. Oh, it's frozen. Great. Emacs is frozen, but the computer's not frozen. No, Emacs isn't frozen. It's just... No, Emacs is pretty frozen. I want this to be done computing. It's taking forever. It's only 500 lines. Like, how bad can it be? Am I doing stuff that's, like, really compute intensive? Alright, let me recall what it was. It was 2001 1231. So what I need to do is I need to verify that these are in fact dependent. Let VK equal, what was it? 2001. That's definitely independent. I'm not even going to verify it because I know so for sure that it's independent. But WK equals 1231, and that's also, it's got to be independent. What can you do? Alright, what's the proof obligation for independence? This is still cooking. And it's not responding to the scroll. Oh, I can just read it. Section linear independence. It's... You gotta decode the functional programming. It's if they're all equal to 0. No. It's Right. For every list of scalars, if in VK, if for every list of scalars, the only way for lambda 1 v1 plus dot 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 plus lambda n vn to equal 0 is if lambda 1 equals dot 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 equals lambda n equals 0. So let's just do this independence proof just for practice. If I have lambda 1, 1, 2 plus lambda 2, 3, 1 equals 0, well, that means lambda 1 plus 3 lambda 2 equals 0, and 2 lambda 1 plus lambda 2 equals 0. And I'm just going to solve this old school. I'm just going to excuse me. I'm not going to set up a row reduction because I can see the answer right here. It's lambda 1 equals 3 lambda 2. And lambda 2 equals minus 2 lambda 1. And this is lambda 1 equals minus 6 lambda 1. Now, the only way for this to be true is if lambda 1 equals 0. Similarly, lambda 2 equals minus 6 lambda 2. And that implies that lambda 2 equals 0. So from lambda 1 v1 plus lambda 2 v2 equals 0, I concluded that lambda 1 equals 0 and lambda 2 equals 0. So I have independence. Bada bing, bada boom. Nothing impressive. Nothing impressive at all. But we've done that. Prove or give a counterexample. We gave a counterexample. So the scalar case, it's actually true. We actually proved it. We couldn't prove it in Coq because of manipulating the fields. You know, like it was a mess. But well, we proved the crap out of the counterexample and everything, which we also can't do in Coq because we don't have the instances being the lists of specific where specific vectors have dimensionality and stuff, and you know the issue. We don't have an instance of V yet. It's terrible. We can't work with vector spaces. We can just write about them. We can't use them. It's a terrible library. All right, let's do number 10. We like number 9. We're done with number 9. Let's do number 10. I'm going to erase because this is just stupid trash at this point. I'm just going to go new. No reason to erase. Erasing takes too much time. Optimistic, you're no longer the young. So the music I've been listening to lately is from a musical called Tick, Tick, Boom. It's Jonathan Larson's small musical. So Jonathan Larson did Rent. Rent's very big. But he also did this small musical. That's 3 people, and it's very good. Well, the music's very good. The story's kind of stupid, but it's heartbreaking. I mean, it gets me going. The music gets me going. Okay, the music does. The story has its moments, namely the songs. But yeah, that's what I've listened to. Tick Tick Boom, Tick 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 Boom, Jonathan Larson. Anyway, number 10. Supposing that VK is linearly independent and W is some vector in V. Prove that if V1 plus W comma dot 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 Vm plus W is linearly dependent, then W is in the span. Now, do I have span as a set? Span is a set. It's an ensemble. You can see it right here. Oh, I'm probably not big enough, and there's no one here to tell me I'm not big enough. But yeah, span is I think we're gonna be waiting on this all night. It's just stuck up there, it's stuck up top. I forget, is there something that gets stuck somewhere? What can you do? Take another path. Oops. They're singing happy birthday. You just want to lay down and cry. Let's get rid of the and sign because we don't really need it up here in the context. Want to show that if dependent of VK plus W, then W is in the span of VK. That's a pretty simple proposition. Can I prove it? I don't know. I don't know how to prove this. if there exists a non-zero y, if there exists a non-zero y in y's, which is the list of scalars, oh, yeah. List of scalars, at least one is non-zero. There's a list of scalars, at least one is non-zero, such that, y1 x1 plus y2 x2 plus dot 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 plus yn xn is still equal to 0. What can you do? So let's rearrange this. Let's put this in the context and put the want to show W's in span of VK. VK is my shorthand for list of V's, V1 through Vn. You know that. What can you do? I wonder if that's the correct definition of dependent. Is that what the book recommends? It says it's 2.19. Not all 0. Making choices. Tiger lilies, men behind the curtain. There's a certain they're singing happy birthday. Who just wish it all were a dream, not just some other birthday. Hairs on your head are getting thinner. Thinking of the best way to proceed. It's gonna be unfolding definitions, but how do I want to write out the unfolded definitions? All right, so these are my hypotheses. What can I do? Oh, I never posted to Twitter. I'm trying to find a way to write out the definition for dependent. And I've been sitting here thinking about that for like a long time by now. It's been at least 5 minutes. I've literally been thinking about how I want to write out the definition of dependent. I know how I wrote it in cock, that's what I'm thinking about, but I don't know how I want to write it. What can you do? Want to show so it means there's some sequence. I mean, I don't know how it's quantified. Means there exists a, let's call it a phi in phi k there exists a phi in phi k such that phi is not equal to 0. It's at least one. It's probably more.
which can be rearranged well, we're also going to equal 0 here. Now, I don't know if the rearrangement is going to be helpful. And this has to show that W is in the span. It is. It does show that the W is in the span.
As long as I can divide. No, it doesn't show that W's in this. Yes, it does. It does show that W's in the span, and I can divide. Ready? Ready? This is nice. Phi1 V1 plus ... plus Phi n Vn equals minus W sigma. That's a Q. How did I write a Q there? Phi k. Divided by minus sigma phi k divided by minus sigma phi k. We get phi 1, we get minus phi 1 divided by sigma phi k v1 plus ... plus phi n minus phi n divided by sigma phi k vn equals W. Now, what's the definition of span? Span means there exists a sequence of scalars such that, it's this sequence. It's minus phi 1 divided by sigma phi k minus Vn divided by sigma phi k. That's the sequence that says that we're in the span. Man, math is annoying. You spend like 10 minutes staring, doing nothing. And then it hits you. Unbelievable. I gotta fart again. I gotta stop. That's fantastic. We crushed it. We crushed that exercise. We had the moment of eureka. We had the moment. We were thinking about the definition. Definitions like there exists a sequence of scalars. We knew that we could satisfy existence by having the phi k's divided by sigma phi k with the minus sign. W is in span of VK as desired. That's going to be there's no formalizing that, dude. I don't know how I'm going to have to formalize it. Like, I'm going to have to, progress through the book, come back, write, library tooling, that lets me actually work with these, scalars. Because there's just no working with this. I need to write tactics is what I need to do. I need to write a lot of tactics. Oh, this project. What did I get myself into, QDoc? What did I get myself into? All right, 11. Just, what do you think? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 before... Oh, that's obvious.
This is obvious. All right. We have in VK W in V. Now, in VK comma W, which means the list VK extended by W, and our want to show is that W is not in the span. This is like this is freaking Oh, it's if and only if. My God, there's two directions. This is literally I feel like it's too obvious to prove. Which means it's going to make a nice proof. They're singing happy birthday, you just wish it all were a dream. Not just some other birthday, it's 3090, hey. I'm thinking, okay? W is not in the span means there does not exist. Wait, this isn't that obvious, is it? It's also a different linear, so you gotta remember to do both directions. This isn't that obvious. There does not exist a sequence lambda k such that that's what we want to show. We want to show a non-existence. Which is sort of like a for all, because the quantifier flips when you pull in the negation, right? I'm getting some water, people. Why is this taking me so long? Is it going to be like the last one where I just have an epiphany and it just comes to me after staring for 10 minutes? 10 minutes isn't really a long time to stare, if we're being real here. So it's fine. It's fine. in VK means for every sequence of lambda k's, lambda 1 v1 plus dot dot plus lambda n vn equals 0 implies that lambda 1 equals dot dot equals 0. So you can... Now I also have independence on this for this list of length n plus 1, right? Because it's lambda 1 v1 plus dot dot plus lambda n vn plus lambda n plus 1 w for a different, it's for all wait. This has to do with dividing by 0, right? Because if you take the VK comma W independence and you need to find a list somehow. You need to find a list of scalars. But if you have that list of scalars, what you can do is you can say, well, I don't have the hypothesis that lambda 1 v1 plus dot dot plus lambda n vn equals 0. I don't have the hypothesis. That's a premise in a hypothesis. It's a very distinct... math. You still feel like you're 22. Now, let's just get ourselves some momentum by saying if I had that hypothesis, what I could do with it. And that might give me some vision. So, if I had the hypothesis, if I had a list of lambda k's, if I had a list lambda k and I had a hypothesis that lambda 1 v1 plus dot dot plus lambda n vn equals 0, if I had that, what I could do is I could use the independence hypothesis with that list and that hypothesis that lambda 1 v1 plus dot dot plus lambda n vn equals 0 to get that the lambda k list is identically 0, is all 0, right? Now, what that means is the length n plus 1 list, we'll call it phi k. Phi k is length n plus 1. Means that list is going to be not identical to lambda k, and I can't even like do a specialize on it because it's not the same length. It's length n plus 1. It's not. If I had for all phi k, I could do specialize, right? But it's not. This is not going well. Let's work backwards. We could try the other direction too. We could try the backward direction. If we start from W is not. All right. That's for certain. I feel like this is going to be easier. That's not good. This is a little better. We have W is not in the span of VK, which means that there does not exist a phi k such that W equals phi 1 V1 plus dot dot plus phi n Bn. So let's rewrite this. Let's rewrite this for every phi k. W does not equal phi 1 V1 plus dot 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 plus phi n Vn. Let's do posture. I just caught myself on camera and my posture wasn't good. I feel like this is going to be better posture. I mean, if I'm looking down, I'm obviously crouched, but I can be like posture good while looking down. Like this. I wonder how that looks. No, you can't look like you have good posture while you're looking down. I mean, I can't. What can you do? What can you do? So independent means for every lambda k, well, we can just play around here, you know? We can just talk about, we can pull that lambda k into our context. We can specialize this money for at lambda k, which we pulled in from unfolding the definition of independent. And what that means is that W does not equal lambda K. V1 plus lambda 1 V1 plus dot dot plus lambda NVN. So let me do that right now. We're going to add a hypothesis. Lambda K is of type R to the N. This is no. No, we don't even have that because lambda K is length n plus 1. Lambda K is length n plus 1. Lambda K is length n plus 1, so we can't. VK is in R to the N. Lambda K is in R to the N plus 1. I got nothing. I got nothing here. You're getting nowhere on this. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a while. Gosh, it's been like 20, 25 minutes. I can't figure this out. I'm thinking very formally here. In the algebra, I gotta think. See, it felt obvious to me when I was thinking closer to geometrically. I mean, I was picturing it like. Does it say prove or give a counterexample? No, it just says prove. Yeah, it just says show with an if and only if. Two sides. Split. What can I do? We talk about why did this seem obvious to me? I've stared at it for so long that it doesn't even seem obvious to me anymore. So I'm just going to give it another like 2 minutes. And I'm going to go on to number 12. Because before you're out of gas. Because if W was in the span, then there would be a sequence where W equaled. If W was in the span, we're going to do contrapositive. So our context is in VK, W in V, and our proposition is in VKW implies W is not in span. VK. Now our contrapositive is that W is in span of VK, which implies that dependent VKW. You're no longer the ingenue. Boom. So what we got is we got in VK, W in V, W in span of VK. How did I write out the definition of dependent? I wrote it with an exists out front, which I hope is correct. Stop the clock. We want to show dependence. So I saw it, right? I saw it. So W in span, W equals span means, one, there exists a phi k of type Rn, and two, W equals phi 1 v1 plus dot dot plus phi n vn. So what we can do is we can specialize the definition of independent to get phi1 v1 plus dot 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 plus phi n vn equals 0 implies phi1 equals dot 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 equals phi n equals 0. Take time out. But now this doesn't really help me much because unfortunately the dependence part is saying that there's a lambda k and its length k plus 1. Time to refocus before you lose the bound. They're singing happy birthday. What can you do? What can you do? Take time out. what we're going to do is we're going to pull up part of the definition of dependent up in here. So what is the definition of dependent? It means for all phi k, and I'm going to write this to be explicit in our n plus 1, there exists a... Why do I keep writing q's instead of phis? There exists a phi in phi k such that phi is not equal to 0. Implies phi 1 v1 plus dot 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 plus phi n vn plus phi n plus 1 w. Equals 0. Back it off.
So we're going to intros this and call it lambda. We don't know which one, though. We don't know which phi in phi k is non-zero.
Alright. This is going nowhere. Nowhere fast. I don't know about these polynomial ones either, though. I gotta tell you that. I tell you what, like... Is this still cooking? Yeah, it's still cooking. Alright, let's figure out... Let's get to the bottom of this. Finally. Oh, it still takes forever, even if it doesn't get stuck on something it shouldn't get stuck on. It still takes forever. Is it because, like... Is it because I'm streaming and I have like a low gigahertz CPU? Is this about gigahertz? I feel like it is. I think it's about CPU. Two zero zero one. Oops. Come on. Unbelievable it took me that long. Of exposing this email to get a new tab open. 1231. Damn, I felt so good doing number 10. I felt really good getting number 10 done, and just number 11 just hurt me. So let's spend 20 minutes maybe getting 12, 13. Then we have infinite dimensional crap. Which... I don't know. I just don't know. No list of 4 polynomials spans P4. So this has to do with linearly independent list is less than length of spanning list. So the basis sets, right? The basis sets for P4 which is actually size 5, right? But we need to be less than or equal to okay, let me write this down. Explain why there is not a list of length 6 of polynomials that is lind in P4 of F. And to do this, I'm going to go back here to 2.23. The length of every linearly independent list of vectors is less than or equal to the length of every spanning list of vectors. So the maximum length of a spanning list is 5. So what I mean by basis set, I mean like maximal spanning list, which is length 5. I mean, this is a sufficient explanation. Y'all, I really think it is. I think that's a sufficient explanation. So I'm going to go back to exercises. Well, first, hold on. Let me do something really quick, really important. Section 2.a, skipped 4 and 11. Verify the assertion in the second bullet point in example 2.20. Oh. Oh, I just didn't feel like this because this was trivial. I'm still not feeling like it because it's trivial. I mean, it'll be good to knock it out, but let's do something that's actually hard, right? No list of 4 polynomials spans How did I get up to 230 views? So I finally figured out that the one viewer is me on my stream manager. That's what I finally figured out. There ain't nobody watching. No list of 4 polynomials spans because you need 5 to span. Right? I feel like it's because you need 5 to span, and that's all I can think of. Click identified. The basic spanning set, the natural basis, is 1x squared x cubed x to the 4. We like to talk about the smallest kind of him. All right, let's see if I can actually compute fast enough to maybe take a run at this proof. Okay, it's taking me all day to compute this. It's taking all night to compute this. I'm literally waiting for this to compute. Stop the clock. Take time out. Time to refocus before you lose the bound. Is that even correct? That's wrong. Oh my god, it's getting things wrong. The process is just, it's not keeping its 1 and its 0 straight. Which means I must have screwed up my 1 and my 0. Just typing simple takes forever. Well, did about as much as I could. It was a pretty good 2 hours. It was a little frustrating. Next time we're going to do the infinite dimensional exercises. I'm also thinking about rescheduling and moving it up to a different set of hours, but but the riptide's getting stronger. Alright, y'all. Good stream. Good stream.